Hey everyone, it is May, I almost said March. It is May the 18th. On Read Through the Word, we are looking at Psalm 77, one verse out of Psalm 77, and I will tell you, I did a lot of digging. In fact, let's see, did I put the right verse down? I did. All right. Did a lot of digging. This lesson was hard to unearth. And then it was quite convicting. I don't know too many lessons that I teach or that I facilitate that aren't convicting. But this is a psalm of Asaph. We don't know, again, we don't know the circumstances surrounding this, but this verse kind of led me down a little rabbit trail. When I was in deep trouble, I searched for the Lord. All night long, I prayed with hands lifted toward heaven, but my soul was not comforted. And I want to read something to you. Barnes is one of the, I think his name's Albert. I'm not sure what his first name is. You could look up Barnes Bible commentary and it'll tell you, but I think his name's Albert. But this is where the lesson started unfolding from his commentary. My soul refused to be comforted. I think it's the ESV. I know for sure the ESV, probably the NASB as well. New American Standard. Does not say my soul was not comforted. It says my soul refused to be comforted. And the ESV is a more literal translation of the original text. It's not quite as user friendly. It's not quite as, doesn't flow quite as easy. And that's why I still love to read from the NLT. But I really do like to go back to the ESV, King James, and NASB, which are considered to be more closely aligned with the original text. But my soul refused to be comforted sounded really different than my soul was not comforted. Wouldn't you agree? That word refused tripped me up. He goes on to say this. Oh, that's the quote from the verse. I resisted all the suggestions that came to my own mind that might have comforted me. My heart was so melancholy and downcast. My spirits were so crushed. My mind was so dark. I had become so morbid that I loved to cherish these thoughts. I had chose to dwell on them. Okay, let me just, I'm going to continue, but let me just, I resisted all the suggestions. I loved to cherish the thoughts, and that is the dark ones, the downcast soul. I chose to dwell on them. They obtained possession of me. I could not let them go. There was nothing that my own mind could suggest. There was nothing that occurred to me that would relieve the difficulty or restore peace to my soul. These sad and gloomy thoughts filled all my soul and left no room for thoughts of consolation and peace. That's Barnes' interpretation of that whole, the verse there of what that, he broke that down so wonderfully for me to understand possibly what state of mind the psalmist was in, Asaph. Refuse to be comforted. Refuse means to decline to accept, to accept of the acceptance or consent or compliance. In other words, I don't even want to hear it. I don't even want to hear it. I'm not going to listen. I'm not going to have anything to do with it. And this thought occurred to me. Am I on the brink of comfort from God? So close from resolution to my situation, but yet I pull back my hand. I envision the psalmist with his hands up, maybe even down on bended knee. And this is the vision that I got when I read this commentary from Barnes, is that heaven reached to him and he reached back. I wonder how often we are this close to receiving the peace that we need, the guidance we need, the wisdom that we need to move on in the situation, and we pull our hands back. And I had to ask myself, are there times that I decline help? I had to answer yes. There are times that I have declined help. Why would we decline help? Why would we refuse comfort, consolation, peace? Why would we do that? Some things came to my mind. Comfort might mean leaving the familiar. And you might be thinking, well, familiar, if the familiar has you on your knees with your hands in the air crying out to God these kinds of questions, you don't let me sleep, I'm distressed, even to pray. If this is your state of mind, wouldn't you want to leave that? Not necessarily. Because sometimes our discomfort is comfortable. It's familiar. It's a place we've hung out for so long, we know how to do life here. And yes, I'm so close to receiving comfort, but I really don't want to leave this place because I know life here. That's a reason that I've declined comfort before. Just go, I know what this is over here. I know how to deal with this. I don't know how to deal with what's on the other side of the comfort. Comfort can be risky because there's possibly a change that I'm going to have to make. A relationship I'm going to have to step back from. A behavior, a habit that I'm going to have to give up. A position that God might need me to step away from so that I will not be in that situation anymore. And this last one was, this was one that stepped on my toes. The comfort might come from an unexpected place and even an unliked source. God will go to any and all lengths to bring us comfort and to accomplish His purpose in our lives. Are we willing to allow God to go to all lengths and all means to work His purpose out in our life? Well, of course we're going to say yes. Yes. Really? What if your guidance or your comfort or your source of peace is brought to you by someone that you don't care for too much? I don't want to say don't like, but maybe so. Right? What if it means doing something and making this change that's completely 90-degree for us? Do we need to extend our reach to God? and say, whatever, 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 my hands are lifted to you, and I want to receive whatever it is that's going to move me past this place. Are we willing to do that? Am I willing to do that? Or do I like the comfort and the familiar of this side? And am I just going to continue to wallow here? Is really what it amounts to. Extend our reach further and further. And when he reaches his hand, he says in Isaiah 43, I uphold you. I think it's 43. Might not be right there. I uphold you with my righteous right hand. Let's see, I don't have my regular Bible here. I'm not even going to try. I need to keep my regular Bible on the table. And I don't have it here. My righteous right hand, he says. I uphold you with my righteous right hand. I think it's 43:10. And then down in verse 43:13, he says, I hold your righteous right hand. He's got us. We just need to hold on and receive the comfort from him. No matter how he brings it to us. No matter how he brings it to us, because his comfort is what we need to get us through. We'll see you next time on Read Through the Word.